let's see how we can use the integrated inside of JavaScript maps and sets. So first we'll start with the set. In this example, let's say that we have a structure which is an array of objects, and inside we have an IDs and a name. So we have, let's say, 3 checkboxes. And then we would like to be able to know which checkbox is currently clicked. This means that if we would like to click on the second checkbox, let's say, to have a representation with this checkbox. And then if we uncheck it, just to have its remaining index. So right now nothing is checked, we have an empty array. Let's see how useful is set for this example. We have one input and we're mapping or going through all those items in this array. For each of them we are representing an input that also has a function passing in the ID of the current box. So this was just for displaying of the boxes. We're placing the information inside of one empty placeholder div element. Now to the function that will handle the clicking of the checkbox. The moment we click on a checkbox, we are passing its ID. And in order to handle everything correctly, we have created a new empty set, which is called checked IDs. We're using the integrated has, delete, and add functions of checked IDs. And as you can see, the logic is pretty clear. If we have the ID inside of the set, we are deleting it. Otherwise, we're adding to the set. Then we're just displaying on the console the checked IDs. The benefit of using set versus arrays is the speed of the running operations. Basically, we're working with a hash data structure that has a very quick access, and it's very performant. The next thing we're going to use is map. In this example, we have messages, which are again array of objects with ID, text, and the user that has entered the message. And also we have users, which is another array of objects with ID and name. And let's suppose that we would like to show the message and the user. So basically we would like to iterate over the array and display the user and the content that the user has produced. Now let's see the logic. We are using here a map structure, which differs from the integrated map operator with the small m. All right, we're using a map function, and in order to construct the map, we are iterating over each of our users. From there, we are destructuring, or we are interested only in the ID and the name properties. We are constructing a map containing a key of the ID and the name as a value. We can see this in console for better visual representation. As you can see, we have a map where we have 2 entries. The first entry has a key of user and the value of John, and the key of user 2 and the value of Anna. This allows us to use later the get method, and based on the user ID, we'll be able to fetch the value stored inside of the newly constructed map. Like the previous example, we are mapping over each of the messages, so this structure here, destructurizing their IDs, text, and user ID, and we're using the usernames by ID map and its get method in order to fetch the value of a particular user. As you can see, the map structure is quite useful when we would like to reference data from interconnected structures, which are referencing each other. In both of the examples, we are first creating the structure from existing data and then using its methods. This allows us to benefit from the speed of those hashed structures.